Namaskar, Kolkata. It's fascinating to be here in this city of joy. The Global Bharat Movement began around three and a half years ago, during the peak of the pandemic, during the darkness of the lockdowns, repeated lockdowns. That's when SAP India gave birth to the Global Bharat Movement. And what was the Global Bharat Movement? It was an outreach program to the mid-market companies of India, the middle India of corporate India, so to speak. This outreach program was meant to give all these mid-market companies all the support that they need for their digital transformation journeys. And as part of Global Bharat Movement 2.0, SAP India decided to take that outreach program idea to another level altogether and convert that into a roadshow where SAP India is reaching out to mid-market companies across the country. And we've been doing it for nearly 3 months now. We've been to every corner of the country. We began in the south, and we've been to the west, we've been to central India, now we are in the east. And the Global Bharat Movement 2.0 is premised upon 3 pillars. Beginning with the first pillar is a message that SAP India wanted to send out to the mid-market companies of India. And that message is that India is the most resilient economy in the world. And pillar number 2 is the message is important, but the messenger is always more important. People don't like to admit to it, but the fact of the matter is that the messengers are very, very important. And hence, as part of pillar number 2, who sends out this message? Begin with is the people who have undertaken their digital transformation journeys, their experiences of what it is doing it like in the Indian economy, their voices, their stories, how did they do it, how it impacted them, how was life before and life after. That's pillar number 2 of Global Bharat Movement 2.0. And finally, pillar number 3, ladies and gentlemen, is the entire community of thought leaders, experts, industry veterans who have done this time and again, who've seen so many technological transformations in their time, and the message being sent out by them. So the message and the messengers, so to speak, all put together forms the Global Bharat Movement 2.0. The Global Bharat Movement's journey so far. Take a look.
India is projecting a more self-assured version of itself to the world than ever before. Paving the way to this bulletproof economy are our homegrown businesses. Taking our growth story beyond key business hubs of India to emerging industry clusters across Bharat. As key industry clusters fire the growth engine of a new India, SAP India, in association with TV9 Network, celebrates India's holistic techno-economic growth. Welcome to Global Bharat Movement, a traveling roadshow that brings together eminent business leaders, tech visionaries, and practitioners across diverse sectors. The Global Bharat Movement 2.0 kicked off in style at a gala function in Bengaluru on 24th March. Chief Architect of Aadhaar, Dr. Pramod Verma, set the tech-led development narrative, talking about key pillars of Digital India.
India now runs world's largest direct benefit transfer program, DBT. 860 million people, 86 crore people have bank account attached to their Aadhaar.
In 5 weeks, the roadshow has travelled to 7 cities in the south. The South leg culminated with a thought-provoking keynote by Dr. Raj Gopal from IIT Madras Incubation Cell. The roadshows received an overwhelming response from participants.
2 months implementation, all credits to the team which came along with that. Their knowledge, in fact, it's what that helped. And it's a very good planned, we planned months before itself, before we start all the operations, and great support from SAP also with respect to that.
From any technology point of view, the ease at which you can extract something is what drives innovation. And similar with SAP, I'm sure, as the gentleman pointed out, 4 weeks of implementation compared to, say, months earlier is the time.
And now, the stage is set for Global Bharat Movement, creating waves across the rest of India.
Moving further, I have a special gentleman from my side of things, from the media side of things, from the TV network side of things, to give us a short opening note. I'm going to invite Mr. Panini Anand, the Group Digital Editor, TV9 Network, to please take the stage.
4 साल पहले जो यात्रा ग्लोबल भारत मूवमेंट के तौर पे SAP इंडिया ने जिसको अब एक अलग मकाम पे ले जाने का संकल्प लिया है और जिसको लेके प्रयास चल रहे हैं लगातार, मैं इसकी ज़मीन को जब देखता हूं तो ये पाता हूं कि ये उस खूबसूरती को, उस मजबूती को सामने लाने की कोशिश है जिसने भारत को भारत रखा है। मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा कि ये ग्लोबल इंडिया मूवमेंट ना होकर ग्लोबल भारत मूवमेंट है, क्योंकि ग्लोबलाइजेशन की कहानी जब 1991 से हिंदुस्तान में वो पूरी कथा शुरू होती है, उस ग्लोबलाइजेशन के चैलेंजेस में अगर इंडियन आइडेंटिटी को रिटेन करने का, बचाने का, चेरिश करने का और आगे ले जाने का कोई एक मादा था, तो वो हमारे उन छोटे और मध्यम लेवल के कंपनीज, ग्रुप्स और लोगों के बीच एक जो कमिटमेंट अपने कल्चर, अपनी ट्रेडिशन, अपने वजूद, अपने अस्तित्व और अपने स्वाभिमान के साथ दुनिया में एक ग्लोबल इंडिया का पर्सपेक्टिव लेके आने का था, उसको लेकर के रहा। मुझे लगता है कि उसको आज एक नई सदी में, एक नई ग्लोबल इकोनॉमिक रियलिटी में उस मकाम को एक अलग स्तर पे ले जाना, भारत जिस दिशा में आगे बढ़ रहा है उसको और पुख्ता करने के लिए ये बहुत ज़रूरी है कि हमारी जो मिड लेवल कंपनीज़ हैं उनको हम कैसे तैयार करते हैं, मजबूत करते हैं और सुदृढ़ बनाते हैं। बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया।
Future state of mid-market and India's economic leadership. That will be the first session, and to do that, I'm going to invite Mr. Vikas Sahu, Sales Director, SAP India Eastern Region.
When I travel outside India, I've noticed one thing. Indian economy is more stable. I think it's more positioned, promising, and it's very stable today. So that is how it looks like for me and for all of you. India is poised for a big growth. You have to have minimum focus on the IT, and since we are moving from a capex model to a opex model, you have less of investment initial. You only have to focus on the business. You don't have to focus on the infrastructure. You will get timely reports, timely utilization. We take care of the complete thing. You just have to focus on the business. That also means your investment is limited. We keep you on the latest of the software. The integrated complete ecosystem with SAP is with open networks and AIs. 52% of the business as it reads, of the 52% of the 500 global companies have gone out of business. The reason is they did not innovate. They did not think on how we can use technology as a process to grow. They thought whatever they are doing today, that is the latest, and we do not need to move further. That was a bigger challenge, and they vanished. See, we say 50% of human tasks will vanish. It will go away. Unless we are more, it is more outcome-based or it is more a performance-based system. So today, HR, if you see, the more important thing of our technology, the complete business is people, process, and technology, right? So the normal process will go away. Like we said, 50% of the maintenance job will be taken up by different business process and the different software. So we have to be relevant in the business, and it is more outcome-based today. 20% of the revenue growth will come from the white space area. You have to see how you do monetize your assets, how you monetize your data, how you monetize your business. 90% of the data and analytics will be driven by public cloud services by 2022. That means all the services that you have, that you use, the data that you use, that is very important. Today, everyone wants to be more productive. The data that you see in your system has to be psychosant with everyone. It should be like what I speak, a data of my company, the other person should also speak. It should not be anything assumptive, which are very important and relevant in today's world. SAP has come with the latest innovation on their portfolio, which is Grow with SAP. Grow with SAP is a complete cloud portfolio, easy to implement, ready ERP, adopt the technology easily, and completely it's managed by SAP, except that you have to manage your own business. You have to just pick up the best practices from that, and that will help you start the business. Some customers have even done the go live in 2 months' time or a 1 month time. That is the record time that we have observed. What is the world facing today? When we have gone through multiple people, multiple organizations, we find the biggest challenge today is not manufacturing or finance or report. That people can do in an Excel sheet also. The biggest challenge during the pandemic we also heard was supply chain. The fragile supply chain. Someone is saying, I don't know. I have a production ready, but I'm not able to ship. I have a shipment, but I don't know when it will be taken out of the port. I don't know when it is reaching the organizations. So we connect the complete end-to-end ecosystem. See, now, what are you facing? The simple point is, where are the challenges? When you are on SAP or on non-SAP, sometimes you will feel a lack of agility to adapt. Business demands have come up day by day. They want, I want to have a different view of this. I want to see the report. I want in analytics. Sometimes it's possible, sometimes it's not possible. Inefficient and disconnected process. Again, when you say, my vendors want to see the reports, my vendors want to see the stock, my suppliers want to see the stock, so that I manage the maximum minimum threshold, we are not able to do with a normal standard software. So you need to adapt to the best quality software for that. Get ready with cloud. Here the point is the innovation is the key to success. And here we are coming with Grow with SAP Cloud. Easy to adopt, best practices built in. You just have to select the best practices of that. It is not a huge deployment. As I said earlier, we used to take 6 months, 9 months, I've heard 12 months also. But with this, you might even take just 2 months, or even I've heard of 1 month people going live with a small business people. So this helps you immediately adopt the business and move successfully ahead. Let me call Ashish. Thank you.
Grow with SAP is a framework designed by SAP to help mid-market companies accelerate their path towards adoption of a cloud ERP. It starts with the industry best practices. So what are industry best practices? These are set of pre-configured business processes which are delivered as a part of the cloud ERP and available to you to consume based on your business requirement in different business cycles. Those are majorly lead to cash, source to pay, plan to fulfill, and record to report. And all of these are available to you through an intuitive user interface that is enabled with intelligence as well as automation. S/4HANA Public Cloud offers industry-leading user interface which is available through Web UI, which makes it a device-agnostic ERP. That's not all. It also has something called Mobile Start, through which it leverages the built-in capabilities of iOS, Android, and other devices to make sure that you are getting seamless experience across these devices. One of such example is Notification Center. So we all have Notification Center in our devices. So all the content related to which is pending at your desk in form of task can be delivered to your phone through these notification centers with the help of Mobile Start. So when we talk about a cloud ERP or a cloud system, data security is one of the biggest concerns our customer pose. And definitely, our customers' data is something which is very, very important for us. And that's the reason we not only keep our customers' data encrypted with the best of the breed encryption mechanism, but we also add 5 layers of security around it so that to make sure that it is risk-free in any situation from any kind of cyber attacks and all. And that's the reason, we are also able to deliver 99.7% of uptime at application level through our S/4HANA Public Cloud ERP. We have a tool called Digital Discovery Assessment, which is being used by our partners as well as our customers to go through in detail about these best practices, explore those best practices, scope items, and not only that, you also see the process flows as well as related videos of those best practices items so that you are able to understand since the beginning that how the process looks like of that particular best practice and whether it is relevant for me or not. One of the most important principles of adopting best practices is that you adopt fit to standard. And though fit to standard is something which is very, very recommended, which means that you start using those processes wherever possible as it is available in public cloud. So start using those standard processes as it is wherever possible. However, we also know that every business has its own uniqueness, which means that you might need to tailor the application as per your need to make sure that you are building your own innovative breakthroughs. And to make sure that we support on this, we have 3 layers of tools available for this. Through our in-app extensibility, without any technical support, your users will be able to design the business configuration. Say, for an example, if you want to add a payment term into existing sales contract, or maybe if you want to add a custom field into an existing form, or you want to change the UI look and feel as per the user's preference. So these are the things which user can do on its own without any technical or IT support. With all these notes, what I would like to conclude is that Grow with SAP with the Cloud ERP sits at the center of SAP's intelligent enterprise strategy. What it means is like SAP has defined a clear roadmap for each of the organization that how you can become an intelligent and sustainable enterprise. And the Cloud ERP sits in the middle of it, which is surrounded by our industry-specific and sustainable applications, which are readily available to consume to meet your industry-specific business needs. And supported by this, we have our line of business-specific solutions for human capital management, spend management, as well as for the front office, we have customer relationship management suite of applications. Comes our ecosystem of 20,000 plus partners where they have built their own solutions to meet the last mile requirements of our customers. And all of these will build on the foundation of something called business technology platform, which is basically a layer which supports extensibility for all of these applications. And it not only supports the extensibility, but rather it also has the capability to develop your own applications, or it also serves as a data and analytics platform, and it has embedded machine learning and AI capabilities. On this note, I would like to call my colleague Ankur to continue with the in-depth understanding of business technology platform. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. We have started from an era जहाँ पे हम कबूतरों से message भेजते थे, right? So there was no reliability at all in that method. कबूतर को कोई बीच में पकड़ के somebody can change the message, right? Somebody can basically kill the pigeon in between. So there was many problems with that, right? Now from starting with that era, now we have come to an era where we have everything on the mobile. So we have SMS, we have like different messaging platforms like Telegram, like WhatsApp, where not only the instant messaging we can do, but we can express it with the emojis as well, right? So, and all of these comes with the real-time connectivity, single source of truth, and the reliability, of course. We are not only an ERP company now, we have an entire gamut of technology which lies under business technology platform, which has 96 services as on date, yeah, to offer you, to help you with your different requirements like application development, automation, integration, data, analytics, AI. So all those things are covered by the business technology platform. Similarly, we have a mobile application as well, जहाँ पे आप mobile पे everything is there on the click of a button. You can see all the things like all the functionalities which are there. You can see on the mobile as well. And the best part is the resolution-wise, whenever if you are seeing a dashboard on the laptop screen, yeah. and it is showing you 8 charts in a single screen. When the same dashboard you see on your mobile, the screen, the charts will split itself into multiple screens. So that is the beauty of the mobile product. Munna Bhai and Circuit. So Munna Bhai क्या जब MBBS तो नहीं हो पाया ठीक से, तो what he saw is कि e-bikes और ये सब आजकल काफ़ी चल रहा है कि तो चलो एक e-bike की कंपनी खोली जाए. So what he entered into a Velotics, where he is a dealer manager of e-bikes. And then we have a Circuit, who was the purchasing manager for one of the dealers Summit bikes of Velotics. So Munna Bhai was seeing the dashboard, which was built on SAP BTP, and he saw that the dealer satisfaction is going down. Yeah, so that the dealer satisfaction, cash flow projection is negative, and he was worried that what to do. So on a forum, he invited the ideas, and the idea which got the most votes is the accelerated payment discount program. So what he did is that the people said कि आप dealers को कुछ discount दीजिए, they will pay and the satisfaction will increase, this and that. But Munna Bhai, again, weak in coding, he was not knowing coding and all, how to build this app, right? So then again, SAP BTP comes for his rescue, where जहाँ पे we have an SAP build, which is a low-code, no-code platform, जहाँ पे drag, drop करके, there are 400 plus pre-built formulas. Like you see, there's a whole lot of icons and all. By drag and drop, you can see you can build an app very quickly. Yeah, so उन्होंने एक app बनाया. Then that app was published on the portal, and when Circuit basically logs into the portal, he saw that there is some discount program going on. उन्होंने उसके लिए subscribe किया. Then he chose one of the orders where he want to make the payment to get the discount. Then in a calendar format, he could see, like we see the flight rates and all that, किस दिन पे अगर वो payment करेंगे तो कितना discount मिलेगा. So achieving that, he basically did the payment, and the entry was posted into your S4HANA. We are scanning it, again, using a mobile app, and then using the integration with the chat GPT from OpenAI, so, and using the OCR, optical character recognition technique. So the results are sent to OpenAI, from where it will suggest some preventive measures which can be there to basically resolve that problem. And if that doesn't work, then you have an option of uploading that incident to SAP EHS, Environment, Health and Safety. One more app, which is the tracking employee attendance. So this is very much relevant for the companies who have the employees who are always on field, yeah? Which can be, let's say, the sales people, or who can be, let's say last year we have a customer who was basically filling the ATMs, right? The cash carrying vans who got a route in the morning कि आज 10 जगह जाके ATM refill करने हैं. And then those are, let's say, a contracted company जहाँ पे आपको जितने आपने fill किए हैं, accordingly you are being paid. And now the company wants to basically track it in the real time, whether it has been done or not done, something like that. So what happens is, this app basically helps you to clock in or clock out your attendance once you are in a limited area, or in a, let's say, limited parameter of that particular area. ऐसा नहीं है कि आप वहाँ से 20 किलोमीटर दूर हैं और वहाँ से आपने check in करने की कोशिश की that I am in this location. Then you will get an error, and you will get a history as well, जहाँ जहाँ आप गए हो, जहाँ जहाँ आपने किया है, and accordingly the company can process the payroll. So with this, I would give a pause here, or rather I will conclude my discussion. But what I am saying here is that now it is on you whether you want to be in that kabutar wala era, or you want to be in the dashboards where everything is on mobile. Thank you all.
So now that we've understood all of that, it's time to move on to a very special gentleman who joins us this evening, as we've been telling you, as part of Global Bharat Movement. Dr. Shubhranshu Sanyal, CEO, IIM Kolkata Innovation Park.
Good evening, everybody. So I head the business incubator within IIM Calcutta, which is called IIM Calcutta Innovation Park. The purpose of this incubator is to promote innovation, nurture entrepreneurship, creativity, invention, innovation, right? And all are related to doing something new, right? So when you are doing a business, what are you supposed to do? You need to be creative, you need to invent, you need to be innovative. So innovation, what is the additional thing that you need? Innovation equal to definitely something new or novel, but plus economic value. Innovation is definitely something new or novel,
but it should have the ability to generate economic value. So now you see what is innovation, and everybody wants to be innovative. Still there is a huge gap in the industry. That is the reason 80% or more innovations fail. Whether you are doing it as a startup or whether you are doing it inside your industry. This is what I find while working with the startups and even with businesses. They don't have clarity on what business you are in. You are in the business of solving some problem which your potential customer cares. They don't care about how good you are in developing a software or anything. I'll talk about technology, some aspects of technology which would help any business to plan what kind of technology is relevant to your business and use that technology which will help you to solve the problem. And please be clear what business you are in. Thank you so much.
We have a panel discussion coming up. Ladies and gentlemen, succeeding with technology for the long term and sustainable growth. First up, Mr. Manik Paul, CIO Vikram Solar, Kripa Tyudi Shorkar, CIO Ambuja Neotia, Shubroto Roy, CIO Skipper. And joining us is also Mr. Rajiv Singh from SAP India. Rajiv Singh, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to waste any time. Rajiv, in 2023, where we are right now, and with the expectations of artificial intelligence, that are building up, and also the fears, where would you put it? How crucial do you think is artificial intelligence going to be for mid-market companies?
So I think artificial intelligence is here to stay. Okay, that's what I just wanted to say. In every aspect of business, artificial intelligence is going to play a role. What's most important is how responsible is artificial intelligence, right? That's something that we all need to know. Today we are talking about, you give a word, it'll tell you a poem, it'll make a poem on you, right? ChatGPT. You talk about Pictory, right? There are AI engines which are at the disposal of end users who can do so much. But from a business point of view, and that's all for fun in my view, what for businesses will matter is whether AI can be embedded in business applications, right? And can you really predict, for example, how many invoices have been raised and the money that is expected from my customers, who's liable to default early? Can artificial intelligence today predict so that I can focus more on that? So what we call as built-in AI and responsible AI is what is going to define software of future, which will help mid-market companies.
Kripa Tyudi Shorkar, again, from your company's perspective, first of all, talk to us about what your company does. And also from your company's perspective, how is technology changing the way you're working, and how did getting SAP software change the way your company worked?
So I'm from Ambuja Neotia. So Ambuja Neotia is doing three verticals. We have three line of business. One is real estate. We are the developer and construction and making a real estate properties for people to live in, quality life. We have a healthcare divisions where we have multi-speciality hospital, as well as we have many other OPD clinics to the remote place extended after COVID especially. And also we have a hospitality segment. So these three are my business line. And to answer your next question, certainly we directly interact customer in all three fronts. It's not like a retail product where I'm supplying and it's a domain specific. It's a absolute customer need on every three aspects. Be it a real estate where every customer has a separate need and demand. Be it a healthcare where definitely every customer is having significance and having a stated problem, and we have to solve that with the individual touch, and definitely hospitality is. And now the people are more focusing on the experience. Right. So be it a hospital, even we are specialized in the maternity. So even whenever a person get onboarded or rather get admitted, before they see मेरा cabin कैसा होगा? So is there flowers? So kind of they talks about experienced everywhere. Right. So therefore, even in the hospitality the same. So to match that experience, without technology, we cannot survive. And SAP is a bread and butter for our core. So definitely, again, we cannot develop any of the latest technology without having that core and shell, and that's the SAP.
Mr. Manik Paul, I'm going to ask you first of all to tell us what your company does, and more importantly, in this world of constantly changing technology, how did life change for you from the pandemic to now?
As the company says, so we are a solar module manufacturing company. And apart from module manufacturing company, we are also into EPC business. So we set up power plants. Like NTPC is one of our bigger customers in the NTPC, L&T. And we are also into O&M business. So once you set up power plants, you also need to ensure the generation of power. So that's called operation and maintenance. And we have two manufacturing sites. One in Kolkata, near Kolkata, is called Falta Special Economic Zone. And recently in 2020, we built up a plant in Chennai. We have also taken a land in a place called Gangai Kondan, which is near Rameswaram, near Kanyakumari, Rameswaram. And there we have taken 200 acres of land, and we plan to build cell manufacturing. So it's a backward integration. Cell is used in module manufacturing, so we are going to manufacture cell also there. And I think on this backbone of SAP, on the control, financial control, process control, best business practices, we have grown from 2012 and now 2023. We started from R3, then we implemented ACC 6. Then on 2019, we moved to S4 HANA 1709. Now we are in, last year we moved to S4 HANA 2021. So right through our journey, SAP played a very big role in automation of our processes, and we are constantly looking for technology to further optimizing our process, manufacturing process. So if you identify beforehand, and that we are now using a machine learning technology, we have almost prepared the solution. Now it's on a UAT stage. So that's going to save a huge manpower, that you can deploy in some other process. So there are a lot of automations, optimizations. I think technology plays a big role in ensuring that you are in a profitable business.
Mr. Subroto Roy, CIO of Skipper, talk to us about your company, what your company does, what technology really, and how crucial role does technology play in your company?
Skipper has 3 verticals basically. And one is we manufacture high power transmission towers and high mast poles. And the second vertical is PVC pipes and fittings. And the third is an EPC business where we do end-to-end implementations of power projects and all. Technology definitely plays an important part. And SAP is an integral part of our life. I have been using SAP since almost the last, how many years? Almost above 20 years.
Wow, 2 decades of SAP. That's as long as SAP has been in, half the time as SAP has been in India.
Yes, almost around 2001, I started with SAP. Okay, so...
long timer.
Long time, yeah. And Skipper has also started long back. And it has started, I think, in 2011, they went into SAP. And we are on SOH at present and thinking of taking the S4 leap now. We are getting prepared for it. And SAP, as always, has been innovators. Okay, and they have been innovating products since the beginning. And whatever applications you might be using, okay, I myself call myself a brand ambassador of SAP. I have been using it for 20 years. Okay, if anybody asks me, I say that your core has to be SAP, you can trust on it. AI comes into our line of business in the sense that in the tower manufacturing, there is a lot of manual processes that goes on. You cannot automate everything because there is a lot of welding works and it is built in pieces. So your quality, okay, say the galvanizing or the welds, those are proper or not. Those things can be through visual AI. You can always do it in a perfect manner rather than, because our 60-70% of our businesses are exports. So when these towers go into different countries, we are almost into 50 countries now. Okay, so if any mishap happens there, or any product defect comes out, it's not only a face loss, it's a cost to the company as well. So there it can play a big role. And we just got a huge BSNL project, around 700 crores of business. Okay, so that we are already operating in Rajasthan and this Orissa cycle. We have around 250 sites now under us, which these micro sites are managed through apps and all, because through visual inspection, how the progress is going on, people's attendance, everything is done through that. So we are we are using technology, and I look forward to SAP to innovate more and give cost-effective solutions.
Talk to us about cost-effective technology solutions in a constantly changing technological landscape.
कितना देती है मर्सिडीज वाला भी पूछता है. So पहले उसने मर्सिडीज लेने का मन बना लिया है. So that's the crux is that once he has made up his mind to buy a Mercedes, that means he has seen tremendous value in it, either its brand or its quality or the speed, right?
Fair point.
And then you talk about, okay, what is my return on investment? And I'm sure the Mercedes guys can definitely justify. Having said that, I think point is very well noted, right? I think SAP is a premium product. Definitely many organizations feel that it can sound expensive, but when you talk about return on investment, the way we heard some of our, eminent customers here, I think it's about, I treat it as an investment and not a cost. The minute you start seeing IT costs as an investment,
very well said,
then the cost doesn't matter. So there are only two ways of looking at things, right? Are we helping you in increasing revenue, or are we helping in reducing your costs? So there are the two parameters for any organizations, and we have really helped on the cost side and also helped organizations transform their business models to generate more revenue. And I just wanted to also call out, right, today, post-COVID, the business models are changing, right? Now the product companies are servitizing their business, which we call as tire as a service,
Correct.
battery as a service, everything as a service, right? Product to service. And the services companies are trying to make products, whether it's software services companies, TCS, Infosys of the world, they want to come into product. So I'm saying business models are changing, and you need a software which is ready to really give you that flexibility to run such business models. And SAP can really not only help in business models, but also your org structures, right? Now, with the cloud, advent of cloud, you're acquiring a company, divesting, growing organically, inorganically, the org structures can be flexibly managed. So a lot of things which are happening, which can really transform your business, right?
Paucity of time on hand, we have to wrap this particular discussion up. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for all the panelists who joined us. Requesting Mr. Harsh Khandelwal of SGN Software to please stay on stage.
So a journey, 14 years plus in SAP ecosystem with 2 offices, Calcutta and Delhi. We are a boutique SAP, pure play SAP workshop. From a gold partner to a team of 50 people in 2012, to Delhi office in 2017, to an Ariba practice. We've been in the ecosystem for many years now, and we are the go-to-market partner for SAP in this part of the country. Our key services from SAP is across RISE. This is the go-to-market product for SAP, RISE with SAP, private cloud, public cloud. My next few slides will give you on what we are doing, the customers who are working with us in this region. SAP Ariba, SAP Analytics. We've heard some of the speakers today, the CIOs, how they're implementing it in their organization. So we do license reselling, implementations, post-implementation support across many industry verticals, be it steel, cement, mining, power, consumer products, hosiery, engineering, forging. So over the last 14 years, we've done multiple implementations across multiple industry verticals, and we've gained a lot of expertise. So we are currently working on public cloud. This is the go-to-market product. We are implementing in some of the Calcutta-based company, Delhi-based company, public cloud implementations. If you look at the current implementations going on, Utkarsh Pipes, a PVC pipe manufacturer, 2,000 crore company implementing with us, going live in 2 weeks from now. We have the head IT here with us. We've been working with them. Some of the case studies, after every go live, we try to take time from the customer and publish case studies. So this is from Rian, their CFO, which we put. It is on the SAP's website as well. This is from one of our steel customers, which we implemented recently. Apart from that, if you look our customer base across East and North, We are working with a lot of organizations. Our another practice area strong, we focus is on Ariba. Ariba is the go-to-market product for SAP for all the mid-market region. In the auto, in the region, we work with a lot of customers. Ariba, there are upstream, downstream modules. Pradeep will be speaking about it later today. Sourcing, contracts, SLP, DSN, modules can be taken separately or whole suite can be brought together. So we are the right fit. We understand the nuances of the business and we configure the solutions as per your need. Extremely adaptable and flexible. We have strong expertise and implementation methodology, and we work with across customer sectors in SMM, MSME, and family-run businesses. Most of our customers fall under that category. Also, we are cost-effective, and with combination of industry expertise, customer-centric approach, and experienced resources, we have a 100% successful track record. So in the last 14 years, there have been project challenges, there have been delays, but there has not been a single project that has not gone live. So we still date, maintain and boast about a 100% successful track record. We'll be happy to connect with you later today and discuss on how we can be a partner to you in your digital transformation. Thank you so much.
I'm going to invite Mr. Ashish Vadhva, Director, Microsoft Azure, again, our local partner for the Kolkata Global Bharat Movement Business Innovation Roadshows, to quickly take his session through us, leveraging Azure for SAP.
Our partnership started around 30 years ago. So it's a 30-year-old partnership. What Microsoft is doing, our engineering team is working very closely hand in hand with SAP at a global level. And we are trying to embed intelligence into the infrastructure that we are providing for SAP. So it's no more a dumb box, where you can just host your SAP and just get going with it. It's no more the era we are talking about here. It's an era where our instances understand that SAP is hosted here, and we can provide intelligence on top of it. We can provide monitoring capabilities which are very specific to database level, at the application level, at the business logic layer level. We can do a lot of SIEM-related activities where you understand how the security can be managed, what is the threat detection that can happen. We can take it beyond even further to do the complete deployment automation for your SAP platform. World over, Teams has become kind of a de facto communication platform for a lot of my customers, and they typically ask me that, what if I want to I don't want to go out of Teams and work on SAP. I just have to approve one transaction. I have to just approve one PO, or I have to just approve a purchase requisition. So can you give me something where I can just sit and approve everything? So yeah, that is very much possible. We have something called as adaptive cards, where if somebody has raised a request, you will directly receive that request into your Teams bot. You just click yes, and the transaction is over. You don't have to go to SAP login, go there, search a transaction, and then approve it. So it actually saves a lot of lead time, when you are doing the SAP transactions. In the earlier world, what used to happen is whenever you are hosted on cloud and you want to actually ingest data from SAP into a cloud platform, you had to do a batch processing. You had to bring the entire data into SAP, maybe overnight, then run analysis on top of it. Now, what CDC has done is you can actually bring only the incremental data into your cloud platform and do the analysis on top of it. What it does is data is available in real time, and you can actually give your users much better experience because all the latest data is available for them, and they can do their analysis at their disposal. The world is talking about event-driven architectures. So SAP Event Mesh and Microsoft Event Grid. So there is a seamless connectivity which is available between the event meshes of both these platforms, and you can actually interchangeably use them, and they understand each other's language. So that is also something which a lot of our customers are liking, especially the ones who are actually trying to move to an event-driven architecture. And then on the security side, Microsoft is the largest security company in the world today. We have actually gone ahead and launched something called as Sentinel for SAP. Which is a specific offering which focuses only on the SAP workloads, and it is certified by RISE platform as well. You can very well use it on RISE, which is a SIEM and SOAR platform. The only SIEM and SOAR platform available in the market for SAP right now, which is out of the box. Now, ChatGPT integration, we are already discussing these integrations with so many customers at a concept level right now, and I'm trying to demonstrate one of the use cases here where the customer is trying to understand what is the status of his particular order. So all you need to do is, no, you just need to write a mail in a very, in your own language. You just need to send that email. The SAP system using a host of services from Azure, like no Logic Apps and OpenAI services, it will go into the SAP system. It will pass the data. It will analyze the data, and it will give you a response, in a human interface manner. So you won't even get to know that there is there is a platform involved in between, and it can actually transform your customer experience and your customer service support. And this is something that a lot of our customers are already starting to discuss with us. SAP can be accessed using private IP. So just to give a very small example, if you are hosting your SAP on Rise, which is a separate tenant, and you want to use a host of BTP services, which are also hosted on Azure. So when there is an access required between both these different tenants, you don't have to actually make the data flow over the internet. You can actually make the data flow over through the private IP connectivity using the Azure backbone. Now, this gives us two advantages. One is you don't have to go on the internet, which actually helps you in the latency part of it. And the second, it is very, very secure. So this is and this is part of a BTP. Thank you so much for this.
Without wasting any time, the session I've been promising you that you should all wait and listen to before you head off for dinner and drinks. Mr. Pradeep Kumar, Business Director, SAP. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for Mr. Pradeep Kumar.
West Bengal has been helping us and the country for these main, the industries like textiles, jute, leather, fisheries, tea and food, biotech, pharma, IT, petrochem, steel. Yeah, I should have started from steel actually, and then auto and IMC. I will take just one example out of it, and that is metal and mining and the elements from the chemistry. For example, it takes a lot of village to basically process the transactions. Yeah, all the way from the mining and then processing it. There are a lot of business partners involved. So the industry analysis, we have a lot of challenges like suppliers. We have seen in last 3-4 years that suppliers have been our gods, and they have been really, really playing a very crucial role in our ecosystem, in our production planning, or in our the shop houses. There is always a risk from the new entrants, whether it is from the companies or from the supplier side of it. First of all, you need to take care of all your spend, whether it is direct, indirect, MRO, whatever it is, including services. Yeah, all of them are important. How do you manage it? Because that reflects and shadows it on your financial statements later on. Some key pain points, and I'm sure that we would be having people from finance here. These are some of the KPIs. I'll leave it to you for reading as well, that the savings remains in the core, at the core of any CFO or the financial department. They always worry about their suppliers to give them a supplier portal. They always worry about that, let's have e-invoicing mandate. Government is also reducing the brackets of the e-invoicing. Earlier it was 200 crore, then 100 crore, 50, 20, 10 and 5. It may come even, up to any invoice should be e-invoice. The buyer of the company. They want the end-to-end visibility. So suppose this is a balance sheet with direct and indirect spends. There are some numbers, 2807 and 1407. What I'm going to do is, I'm just going to reduce the direct by 1% and indirect by 3%. And here, if you see your market value per share is 30.93. And after adjusting it, it is 41.75. That's the 35% increase in your market share. A slight modification and management and intelligent management on your spend can actually bring a lot of change on your financial statements. The entire sourcing process, all the way from purchase order to award, purchase requisition to award, is handled and digitally collaborated with the supplier through a supplier portal, which you see on top of this slide, through SAP Ariba sourcing solution. And this is the solution which I was talking about that gives you real money back when you manage your spend and manage your spend intelligently with SAP Ariba solutions. So everything gets sorted out. The buyer and the supplier both have a digital portal. Yeah, and there are mobile applications for both of them without any additional cost. This is how our supplier portal looks like. You will find it really interesting that all these numbers are taken directly from the core SAP system, and they are live numbers. Yeah, whenever you send a purchase order or you receive an order confirmation from your suppliers, or there are items to invoice or items to ship. So all the numbers are given to the dashboard of the supplier at the homepage itself. There is a parallel mobile application where you will see all these tiles on that mobile application as well. That's called SAP Business Network, and you can download it while you're listening to me. This is how this application helps conversation between your SAP S/4HANA system and the supplier portal or supplier mobile application, the purchase order transaction. The blue ones are the transactions which you do in your SAP S/4HANA system. The orange ones are the suppliers doing it. Purchase order, order confirmation, ship notice. So assume there is no delay between, and both the systems coming from the house of SAP, the data structure of both the systems is also same. And the integration is included in the licenses. So you can imagine the seamless integration it has. Yeah? When you do GRN, supplier gets notified. If it is a service vendor, he can create his service entry sheet from his side. You approve it, he gets notified, and then he submits the invoice for the service entry sheet. Yeah, when you run the payment run, and that's all, my dear gentlemen. Thank you, everyone.
Right, thank you so much for all those who stayed back. Please enjoy dinner and drinks. Thank you so much for joining us for Global Bharat Movement Kolkata edition. Continue the conversations along with dinner and drinks. Thank you, Kolkata.